Hello everyone, myself I am P. Jyotiswarup. Welcome to my channel Study with PJs. Today, in this video, we are going to continue the chapter National Geography. In our previous video, we have completed or we have covered all these topics about natural vegetation, important functions of forest and types of vegetation, and we are remained with two types of vegetation, that is tidal forests and mountain forests. So we will continue and complete all these topics in our this video. In this video, we are going to cover tidal forest, mountain forest, correlation of forest with the environment, forest conservation, what are the conservation methods, and draft national policy 2018, and also social forestry and agroforestry. Let us start. In our previous video, we have already learned that every type of vegetation are based on these 4 points, that is climatic condition, distribution, characteristic, and economic value. So we will learn also these two vegetation under these four main points. Let us start. So now, what is lateral or tidal forests? Lateral or tidal forests are one of the most specialized tropical natural vegetation types. Okay, and they are the wetland habits. Okay, this is lateral or tidal forests. Now coming to the climatic conditions of lateral or tidal forests. Here, the rainfall is more than 200 centimeters. Okay, the rainfall is more than 200 centimeters, and the temperature is 26 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the temperature, average temperature of the year, and this is the average rainfall of the year. Now we have completed with climatic conditions. Now distribution. These forests are found in marsh areas, in river deltas, in tidal or other swamp areas. Okay, we have already seen in our map. If you want, you can check out it in our previous video. Okay, next, we have completed also with distribution. Now, what are the characteristic features of lateral or tidal forests? They have mainly evergreen species of varying density and height, usually associated with wetness. And the important trees included here are screw pines, canes, palms, sundri, agri, and many more. The main plant grown in lateral or tidal forests are mangrove trees. Okay, these plants or these forests also have breathing roots called Neomote of Fouriers. Okay, now we are also completed with characteristic feature, distribution, and climatic condition. Next, what is the economic value of lateral or tidal forests? Here, mangrove trees are utilized for fuel, with sunder trees provide hard deer timber. Okay, so they are useful for fuel and timber. Okay, now coming to the mountain forest, first we will learn one by one. So first, what is mountain forest? In the mountain region, temperature decreases with altitude. This has a corresponding effect on the natural vegetation of the mountain region. Now we will learn about the climatic condition of mountain forest. Okay, here the average annual temperature is 12 degrees Celsius to 13 degrees Celsius, and the annual rainfall is 100 centimeters to 300 centimeters. Okay, up to now till we have learned, this is the highest rate of rain, annual rain. Now what is the humidity of mountain forest? That is 56 percentage to 65 percentage. This is humidity. Okay, we have completed with the climatic conditions of mountain forest. Now the distribution of mountain forest. These forests cover entire Himalaya zone, as we have seen in the map pointing in our previous video. All the northern parts at Jammu Kashmir, this part is distributed, or this part is covered with mountain forests. Okay, distribution also has been completed. Now coming to the characteristic features, these forests contain mixed species of broadleaf evergreen trees and conifers. At an altitude of 1000 meters to 2000 meters, they are moist temperature forest. Okay, from which to which? 1000 meters to 2000 meters. Okay, we also completed with characteristic features. Now coming to the economic value of a mountain forest. So what are the plants grown in mountain forest? They are plum, walt, cinnamon, and many more. Okay, so we have completed with mountain forest, lateral forest, and all their main points, that is climatic condition, distribution, characteristic, and economic value. Now we will cover all this part, that is correlation of a forest um, with the environment. Okay, let us start. Forests are having an interactive interrelationship or a bond with the environment. Forests play a vital role in protecting our environment by performing the following functions. Let us see what are those functions. Forests are the moderates of climate. They play an efficient role in controlling humidity, temperature, and precipitation. Forests play a dominant role in carbon cycle. They absorb atmospheric carbon dioxide and help in maintaining the purify of air. Okay, those are the functions of correlation of the forest with the environment. Now what are the measures or what are the conservation methods for the forest? Okay, so what are those? Due to a rapid population growth and demand for more food, forests have been cleared to conserve them into agricultural land. And overgrazing in the forest by animals in the tropical and subtropical regions has resulted into large scale degradation of natural vegetation. Construction of multi-purpose river valley projects has led to submerge of land and destruction of forested river sites. Okay, these all are the functions of forest conservation. Now we will learn about the decline of forest conservation. Decline in the forests have led decline of forest productivity. Forest influences humans environment, moderating climate, regular water supply, maintaining fertile soil, and many more. Okay, we completed with the forest conservation and of forest conservation decline. Now coming to the conservation methods, what are the conservation methods? Okay, these are the conservation methods: increasing the area under forest, afforestation around industrial units, stopping indiscriminate felling of trees, using alternate source of energy. So we will go one by one. So first, increasing the area under forests. Loss of trees or removal of trees for agricultural lands or for factories or for making companies. For making companies, this massive program can be again done or again reconverted to tree plantation. Okay, by that there is no harm to our environment. Example, for constructing a factory, a much large area of trees or forests have been cleared. We can replace it by what? By tree plantation. Okay, we are completed with increasing the area under forest. Now afforestation around industrial units. The level of population is much higher in areas where industries are located. For example, okay, let's take an example that in cities having iron and steel plants, pollutants generated are more than other cities. This is because during the manufacture of a steel, air came out from the manufacturing plant emit particular matter such as sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons, which are very harmful to our environment. Okay, which are very harmful to our environment. Okay, next, stopping indiscriminate felling of trees. Listen, this is an interesting thing. Okay, so there should be a strict ban on felling naturally grown trees. If a tree has to be cut necessary, okay, if there is a necessary to cut that, okay, if there is a necessary to cut a tree which has grown, they need to plant 10 saplings. Okay, if they want to cut a tree, okay, if they want to cut a tree, okay, if they want to cut a tree, they need to plant 10 saplings. Okay, they need to plant 10 saplings so that they would get a permission to cut a tree. Okay, this is an interesting thing. Okay, now, using alternate source of energy. In many parts of world, including India, trees are felled. Okay, they are cut for providing firewood. So in order to conserve forest, we must use non-conventional or renewable sources of energy like solar energy, tidal energy, hydel energy, and there are many more which we can use instead of cutting the trees. Now, draft national forest policy 2018. Draft National Policy 2018 aims at sustainable forest management by incorporating elements of ecosystem, okay, such as security, climate change, forest hydration, robust, to monitor and develop forest cover. Okay, what are the points under these draft national policy 2018 are they overall objectives and goal of this policy is to safeguard ecosystem. Okay, to safeguard ecosystem and maintain a balance. Okay, maintain a balance in livelihood of people. They don't want to cut many trees, however they use. Okay, they don't want the people to cut trees for their unnecessary things or for their um, unenvironment things. This policy does not allow them to cut trees or cut the saplings. Okay, next, reverse the degradation of forest by taking up rehabilitation without comprising its natural profile. Okay, these are the points under draft national forest policy 2018. Okay, now we are left with only 2 points, that is social forestry and their objectives and agroforestry and their objectives. By this, we will complete our chapter national vegetation. So, first, what is social forestry? Social forestry refers to the management and protection of forests and afforestation on barn lands with the purpose of helping the environmental, social, and rural development. Okay, now, social forestry is people oriented, value based joint management of a forest with the major objectives of satisfying the needs, wants, and aspirations of the people as well as the government is called social forestry. Okay, next, what are the objectives under social forestry? What are the objectives of social forestry? The objectives of social forestry are providing fuel wood, fodder for cattle, timber, and minor forest products to rule to rural people. Okay, now, utilizing the available land according to productive capacity, developing local cottage industries by providing raw material. These are all the objectives under social forestry. Okay, we have completed with social forestry and objectives of social forestry. Now, coming to the agroforestry. What is agroforestry? Agroforestry is a part of social forestry and represented the intermediate stage between forestry agriculture. Agroforestry refers to the sustainable system of managing a piece of land through combined production of agricultural crops and forest crops and animal rearing to ensure the most efficient land as under a management system in according to the with social culture practice of local bodies. Agroforestry aims to provide conservation of land and it improves in order to achieve a combined produce of forest and agricultural crops. That is agroforestry. Now, what are the objectives of agroforestry? To reduce pressure on natural forests for obtaining timber as well as non timber forest produce, and to check the soil erosion and maintain the natural fertility of soil. The maintain ecology balance along with the proper utilization of a farm resources. Okay, these are the objectives of agroforestry. Thank you everyone. We have completed the chapter natural vegetation. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.